Hi, y'all. Obviously, I'm not here, but y'all are in very capable hands. This is going to be a quick one today, so you should have plenty of time for your quick check there at the end. Let's go over your warm up real quick. So, number one says use the dilation shown below to answer A through C. So, here we go. We have A and then A prime. Remember that little apostrophe right there means A prime. Find a pen. All right, so the scale factor used, so we're going from A to A prime. So if we notice we're getting, or we're going from big to small, which means it's going to be less than 1. So if I count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, to go from 6 to 2, I'm going to multiply or divide by 3, so my scale factor would be 1/3. Was the orientation preserved or changed? It was preserved, which means it was not rotated or anything like that. Was congruence preserved or changed? It was changed because it is not the same size. It is the same shape, but not the same size. Number 2, describe in words each of the transformations represented by the rules below. So if we see, it looks like I go from xy to x minus y, y plus 6. So this is a translation. 5 units left, 6 units up. I'm going to run out of space, so I'm going to stop writing units. Next, I go from xy to y negative x. So this is a rotation. 90 clockwise or 270 counterclockwise. I'm going to abbreviate that too. C, so I go from xy to 1.2x and 1.2y. So this would be a dilation. And then scale factor of 1.2. And then letter D, I go from xy to x negative y. So this is a reflection. Over the x axis. So go ahead and check your answers. If you got them right, great. If you didn't, go ahead and make that change. And then we will move on to your cheat sheet. All right, so transformations. Your pre-image is the original image, and it can be described by A or whatever letter they want. And then the image is your new image, and that is denoted by A, so the original A, and then there's a little apostrophe meaning A prime, meaning it's the new one. All right, so translations. I'm going from this area, quadrant 1, and I'm sliding to quadrant 3. So to slide each point of a figure the same distance and the same direction. So we notice that it's not turned in any way, and every point moves in the same direction, the same number of units. Then I have reflections. So a reflection is to flip a figure over a line of reflection, creating a mirror image. So if we see here, we start with B, we flip it over to B prime. Rotations are to turn a figure around a point of rotation, either clockwise or counterclockwise. So it's important that we denote which one is our starting image and where we finish to know where we go to determine the number of degrees that we go. And then a dilation is to enlarge or reduce. So if we see here, we have a big smiley face or whatever you want to call this, and then we get smaller. All right, algebraic representations of these different types of transformations. So for a translation, we have x plus n, y plus n, where n would be the number of units. A translation left and down could be resulted in x minus n or y minus n. So when you go to the negative, so left or down, that's going to be minus. And when you go right and up, that's going to be plus or addition. A reflection over the x-axis would result in x negative y, whereas a reflection over the y-axis would be negative xy. Now, a rotation 90-degree clockwise would be y negative x, and a rotation 100-degree clockwise would be negative x, negative y. Rotation 270 degrees clockwise would be negative y, comma x, and then a dilation would be nx in y, where that n represents the scale factor in this case. Excuse me. All right, scale factor. So we have new over original, or image over the pre-image. Whatever you want to use to describe that, feel free. So a scale factor greater than 1 would enlarge the figure. And if it's less than 1, it's going to reduce the figure. And we saw this in our warm-up today. We had a scale factor of 1/3, and the image got smaller. All right, area and perimeter when we're talking in terms of scale factor. So a scale factor of x will change the perimeter by a factor of x. And the area by a factor of x squared. So our example is that a scale factor of 3 will make the perimeter 3 times greater and the area 9 times greater. All right, congruence and orientation. Congruence is the same shape and size, preserved by translations, reflections, and rotations. So congruence is the same shape and size, and when you have a translation, reflection, or rotation, that congruence is preserved or maintained. The orientation of a figure is the direction a figure is facing on a coordinate plane, and it's preserved by translations and dilations. All right, if you have any questions, email me and I will do my best to get back to you. Remember, this quick check is going to be due on Monday at the beginning of class, and all of your quick checks are going to be due Friday the 26th. I will not be accepting any late ones after that. Remember, all of your I got real text in there. All of your quick checks are going to be averaged for your third test grade of the 9 weeks. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.